I'm here to tell you it's okay to do things on your own, bro. It's okay to do things on your own. You don't always need someone beside you, talking to you, laughing with you. You don't always need someone beside you, like, or a group of people to, like, for you to hang out with. It's okay to be alone sometimes. In fact, you should be alone a lot more than you actually are. Especially me. Like, I always feel the need to have someone there, like, with me, no matter what I'm doing. Just because, like, number one, I find it more fun. Number two, it's like, I don't want people to see me like, oh, that guy's so lonely. I'm afraid of being judged. And, like, I was just thinking to myself, like, I was doing this subconsciously. I wasn't consciously being like, oh, if I'm alone, people are gonna judge me. But if I'm doing this subconsciously, then I can't be the only one. You might be too. So just, like, bear with me, ask yourself, or, like, think to yourself, like, am I afraid of being judged for doing nothing, or, like, being alone, or doing something while being alone? Like, walking by myself, or eating by myself at a restaurant, or sitting alone at a park, just thinking. Like, am I afraid of being judged for that? Because I am. I'll be honest with you. Like, I was, or I still am, and I'm working on it. But you and me ought to be alone more. We gotta spend more time with ourselves. You know, the more that I live life, the more I realize, like, I really don't know who I am. Like, at all. And I spent 17 years with this guy, bro. I spent 17 years with this guy, and I still don't fucking know who he is. I don't know. I don't have a clue. I don't have a clue. Why? Well, maybe it's because we don't spend enough time with each other, right? Maybe. Just think about it. Like, if you want to get to know someone, right? If I want to get to know a person, what do? I spend more time with them. I go hang out with them. I might go get lunch or dinner with them. I might go to the beach with them and just have, like, open up, have deep talks with them, ask them, like, deeper questions, ask them, like, oh, or, like, anything. Just spend more time with them. Get to know them. Invest time into them. This is how we get to know people. This is how we get to, like, respect people. This is how we get to, like, learn from people and teach people different things. We spend time. It's an investment. Time is an investment. And if you put it into other people, you get to know them better. That's the return on investment. We don't invest any time into talking to ourselves and being alone nearly enough. Even if you do, you can think in, like, the olden days. Like the olden days before, like, technology and all that. I'm 17, so I wouldn't know. But people would just sit in a chair like this, and they would just, like, think about life, and then maybe smoke a cigarette or something. I don't know. But people would think a lot more often. People would think alone about what's going on in their life, and just take time to, like, process what's really happening in their life, like how they feel about a certain situation, how they feel about a certain stress or, like, adversity they're facing. Like, I feel like this is such a good way of handling something that you're struggling with. Just sitting alone in the quiet of, like, nature, or wherever you want, just sitting in a chair comfortable, and you're just talking to yourself, talking to God or the universe or whatever you believe in. Just sitting alone and just thinking, just reflecting, just pondering, if you will. People used to do that all the time. Now we have, like, our phones to distract us all the time. No wonder we don't fucking know who we are. We don't deserve it. We don't deserve to know who we are. How much time have you spent with yourself relative to, like, your best friend? How much time have you spent talking to yourself, getting to know yourself, really asking yourself, like, who am I? Like, what am I hiding from myself? What's my biggest insecurity? Like, what do I want out of life? These kind of questions. How much time do we spend asking ourselves these things compared to, like, I don't know, our best friend or like your mom or whatever, I don't know, someone you know really well? How much time do you spend getting to know yourself? Probably, like, close to zero. Me too, don't worry. And so it's no wonder, like, when someone asks us, who are you? What do you want? What is your story? We can't fucking answer, bro, because we don't know. We have no clue, because we haven't earned it. We haven't put in that investment into ourselves, and it's about time that we start doing that. It's about time that we start doing that. When you spend time alone, that's when you see who you really are. I find that when I spend so much time with other people, who I am and who I see myself as kind of gets skewed, like, a lot. Like, I kind of get confused on, like, oh, am I putting up a persona with these people, or is this who I really am? Is this how I really think, or is this just how I think around these certain people? Is this how I really talk, or is this just how I talk in front of these people? When you're with yourself, there's none of that. and slowly, even like the way that people have changed you, influenced you, you'll start to like see through that once you're spending time with yourself and talking with yourself. You know what I'm talking about, right? Like when you spend enough time with someone, you start to talk like them, you start to like maybe even dress like them or move like them. You start to use people's like vocabulary, right? And when you spend enough time with them, you become more like them. But when you spend enough time with yourself, you kind of deprogram yourself, and you see who you like authentically really are. Like who you really are without anyone needing to tell you who you should be or what you should be or what you should do or feel about a certain situation. Bro, a lot of times our phones are telling us how we should feel before we even feel it ourselves. Our phones tell us how we should think before we even think and form an opinion for ourselves. Like you see like a lot of controversial things, like I don't know, maybe politics or whatever. I don't keep up with that, but like your phone will tell you, or like this news source will tell you, or this person that you hear about, or this tweet, or this like I don't know, Instagram thread or whatever you use. I don't know what kind of bullshit like I don't know what you use, but your phone a lot of times will tell you information that will skew your perception of like what you really believe in. Your phone will tell you what to believe in, have an opinion of something, tell you that you need to believe in this or else you're wrong, before you even like come to a conclusion yourself. Isn't that crazy? I think that's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy, bro. You get to hear billions of people's opinion before you even come to formulate your own. And then a parrot effect, like people's opinions are just skewed by other people's opinions, and like no one really like thinks for themselves anymore. Bro, we have like Poe and AI and all that shit. I barely think for myself anymore. When I have a question, I just ask the internet, bro. I don't even think. And it's like simple stuff like, I don't know, how many egg, I don't know. I can't think of a good example on the spot. But like, how much water should you drink in a day? Bro, just drink till you're not thirsty. It's not that deep. Like, drink till you're not thirsty and you have enough energy throughout the day, and you'll know, like, just try it, bro. Little things like that. And I just like, I rely on like other people's brains, other people's minds, other people's opinions more than my own. Like, bro, it shouldn't be that way. No wonder I don't know who I am. No wonder why I can't think for myself. And no wonder I feel like I'm so incompetent when it comes to doing everything. Because I haven't had the reps, because I don't spend enough time with myself. I don't spend enough time thinking with myself. I don't spend enough time asking myself questions. So it's no wonder I don't know who I am. I haven't earned it, and that's okay. Like, you can make the cope. Oh, I'm young. I don't really need to. Oh, I'm young. I have just technology. You won't spend time with yourself, bro. I see you, bro. You won't do it. You won't try it. But one day you will, and you'll look back. You'll look back, and you wish you started sooner. Trust me. If you want to hear more from a 17-year-old trying to figure out life, subscribe. It's a win-win for both of us. If you want to talk about it, first link in the description. Get after it.